Welcome back to the Jodo Cast, your home for Star Wars gaming, and today is that most special of days. This is the Jodo Cast. I feel like we call it the Game of the Year Awards. Maybe it's the Jodo Cast Game Awards. It's the Jodo Awards, the Jodies.
Oh, there you go. How did we not think of that sooner?
In which we look back at the last year and mostly can't remember things because we're getting old. But we're going to hand out a bunch of awards, very prestigious. Everybody likes these things. And joining me in our panel of, judges, awarders, the Academy, we've got Kurt.
Hey.
We got Leo.
Howdy.
And back, Evan's back.
Back again.
And in a brand new house.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. It's
funded with Jodo money.
with absolutely nothing in it, which is why you're going to hear that bit of echo every time Evan talks, because he's in it.
It is a storage unit that's the best Jodo Cast could afford.
It's very spacious.
It's not climate controlled.
If you join our Patreon, you can buy us a new house too.
Do you know how like in the it's a very popular thing in video games like The Sims or Dreamlight Valley or whatever, where you furnish your own little house. That's what this is. But patrons can buy furniture and decide where to put it in Evan's house. You can choose to remove the ladder from his swimming pool, whatever, but you got to pay for that.
I do like the sound of this. We should make this happen.
Someone comes over for dinner. Why is there a giant 8-foot portrait of Jar Jar Binks in repose on your dining room wall? Well, funny story.
It's a major award. I won it.
Yeah, this person spent $500 on this. $495 went towards the painting, and $5 went to the podcast fund. All right. Back to the awards. We're going to start out like we do every year with Rookie of the Year, which all of our awards are pretty subjective. Rookie of the Year being, what game kind of took you by surprise, came out of nowhere, did better. It's a new kid on the block, and you know what? They earned their spot as Rookie of the Year. And to remind everybody that Star Wars games and or products that came out in the year of 2025 include, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some because I wasn't writing these down as we went along, Battle of Hoth board game from Days of Wonder.
Yep.
Deck building game Mandalorian expansion from FFG. A whole bunch of Star Wars Unlimited
for each of these.
From what?
Should we clap for each of these?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I have some. We've got a bunch of Star Wars Unlimited. Including Star Wars Unlimited Intro Battle Hoth. I'm going to stop doing that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yes.
Another Star Wars Villainous expansion came out that included Thrawn and who's the other one in that? I think Phasma came with Maul.
It's called the Cold Tactics.
I think it was Thrawn and the Seventh Sister.
And the Ice Wampa.
Bunch of stuff for Legion came out. All the new starters, most notably the new starters, but Grievous Wheelbike, some clones, Wookiees, droids, all sort of stuff for Legion. Bunch of stuff for Shatterpoint, like the.
Can't even remember what.
There was Jin and the Shark Boy.
Oh yeah.
Lava Girl.
I was waiting for it.
The Republic Commandos from Delta Squad.
Oh yeah.
Some terrain. The expansion for the Mandalorian Adventures board game came out this year. Star Wars Super Teams came out, little racing game. I think it came out this year because I bought it this year and it was new to me. Jigsaw Duel. Bet you guys have been playing a lot of that.
Well, all day.
Literally, I haven't played it yet, but it's just like a 2-player jigsaw race where I guess one player will be left without the last piece if they're slower.
You want to build a puzzle?
Fortnite had a bunch of Star Wars stuff this year, like Jar Jar.
The AI
And
Vader, was that this year?
oh yeah, the AI Vader came out this year, and Star Wars Outlaws DLC came out early this spring, I think. And there's probably some more things I'm forgetting. Sorry if you're waiting for me to announce your thing you released.
Hey, it's on the companies for not, making sure that they're on the list.
Yeah. They didn't send me the bribe pack. Everyone else sent me big wads of cash. So by the end of the night, we'll find out who sent me the biggest wad of cash. And also, Monopoly Go had a Star Wars crossover. Everyone's favorite app
Sure.
game. Okay, so let's get to the awards. I don't have a drum roll, but I gotta. Kurt, who was your rookie of the year?
My rookie of the year was easily the Battle of Hoth board game. I was very impressed. It was a lot better than I expected. How streamlined it is and how fun it is. It like really really impressed me compared to the original announcement. I was like, wow, this is really fun to play. So definitely easily the
I,
winner
li-
for me.
I like how Kurt had put it up in the background in the video there for as spoilers if anyone was paying attention.
All of his picks are actually in the background.
Everything in Kurt's background is a tease for something coming in the future. Well, I'll go next. My rookie of the year also goes to Battle of Hoth, which I'm not going to repeat too much of what Kurt said, but just really kind of blew me away. And I was like, oh, this will be, let's see what this is about. And I'm like, oh, this is, I don't want to stop playing this.
Yeah.
So Battle of Hoth, rookie of the year. Welcome to the show, kid. Evan, what did you pick as your rookie of the year?
Well, I will be deviating from the pattern, not Battle of Hoth board game, but rather the deck building game Mandalorian expansion. Primarily because I feel like everything that we get for the deck building game is A, a surprise, and B, an absolute gift. The deck building game came out of, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think as far as we're concerned, it kind of came from a place of non-expectation and dramatically exceeded all expectations. So anything for that game is going to be a home run for me.
Well, and I am definitely intrigued with this one. Probably the only reason it isn't my rookie of the year, I'm guessing, is because I just haven't had a chance to play it. As of the time of recording here, it's only actually been released for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Unless you were at PAX Unplugged where they were selling it early.
Yep, I'm really excited to get into that, especially the 3-player mode, but even just
the
just being
3-player
Mandalorian
mode
characters.
the 3-player mode is what's really got me interested. Just to give that a shot.
It
Maybe
seems like it.
Next expansion will have a 4-player mode.
Yeah, and this one seems like it changes up the gameplay like a lot more than the Clone Wars expansion. I feel like, again, not from having played it yet, but it seems like very new stuff, which is cool.
All right, Leo. Last Rookie of the Year award. Who's your pick?
Well, not to be a broken record, but I chose Battle of Hoth also. Just because I've had a ton of fun playing it. And for me, the biggest thing is also my kid has loved it, and he will sit down and play it with me. I've even had fun painting up some of the minis. I've still got a long ways to go. I think I'm going to stop having fun once I really get into all those little troopers. But
there's a lot of them. But yeah, a game that you can get people excited to play with you, that's worth a lot.
Yeah, I've played it with I guess this is actually a surprising number, just kind of in my life and who I tend to play these types of games with. I played it with, I think, 4 different opponents, and every single person I played it with got into the game really quickly and really liked it, and we were able to like knock out multiple sessions of it.
I want to show it to more people, you know.
Mm-hmm. So if you haven't played it yet, and you have at least one friend or at least acquaintance, you should probably give it a shot.
Admit that
All
I
right,
have
next
not played it.
Well, you are the person who should give it a shot.
I intend to.
We're gonna
Whoever
make
happens
you
to own it
sometime.
that is within 2 hours driving distance of me.
Uh, the next category here at the JodoCast, we're not like other award shows because this next category is called Biggest Dud. Not it's pretty self-explanatory, but it can mean different things to different people. Like I said, all of our categories are pretty subjective, and we each have our own picks. So I'm going to go first. I don't even remember what I put. My biggest dud was the Outlaws DLC. So Star Wars
Oh my
Outlaws had
goodness.
2 DLCs earlier this year. That one was a little adventure with Hondo, one was a little adventure with Lando. And they were fine. I didn't like hate them, but they weren't like especially the Lando one, which is all about this like huge tournament, Sabak tournament. And I was like, okay, are they going to add to the sorry to offend everybody out there in internet land, Kessel Sabak, not a good game. So I was excited that maybe they were going to add some new layers and mechanics to the Sabak mini game, and actually it was less of a game than it normally is in like the little mini game, because it was like sort of scripted to, it was like a casino royale, like, oh well, Kay is going to be one of the last people at the table until such and such happens. And it was like, oh, so like my performance here is, I imagine that would be hard to like make, because if somebody sucks at the game, then they would just fail because they suck at a card game. But yeah, like the rest of the game, good vibes, cool locations, but they weren't
You
all
had
that
high
exciting.
expectations for it.
I had higher than just kind of meh, because I did enjoy the base game a lot, and it didn't like add too much. Hondo was a little bit more exciting than Lando because Hondo's funny.
How much did the DLC cost, too, by the way?
I bought like the Give Us All
Was
Your
it
Money
like a-
edition.
Was it like
So
a
I just-
$20 upgrade?
Yeah, I think it was like an extra $20 for the version that had like the season pass with the 2 DLCs included.
Yeah, if anybody likes the game, because I really, really liked the game, and you want more of it, don't like skip it. Just don't think it's going to be amazing. They're not super short either. They're sizable chunks. So if you're dying for more, it's more. I don't regret playing them, but they were just like, well, they could have done a little bit more here. So that's my biggest dud. Kurt.
I have something written down, and I actually changed my mind mid.
Ooh, last
Oh,
second.
hey, I don't know if that's
wow.
allowed.
Flag on the play.
I think
deleted before anyone saw it. So I realized my biggest stud was not a game that came out this year, but I would say a game that died very unceremoniously this year, which was Star Wars Hunters. It lasted for a couple months into this year or something like that, a few months. And just like, I know the game had been out several years internationally or whatever. And before this year, I had some fun playing it, but it was just really disappointing that it just kind of died, and they just kind of like, we're not going to even like put almost any. effort into it. They like
Yeah, I liked that game.
It was
finished porting it to PC. It was like, you know what I mean? So it was just like really disappointing.
Yeah, they ported it to PC, and then like 6 months later.
It was like in beta, I feel like, but
Yeah, they did like one
Yeah.
open beta and then it was canceled. Yeah, it was I think it was October and like late October when the servers went completely down.
Sure.
So it did
Yeah.
make it most of the year.
Yeah, that was
just kind of petered out, you know. Again, not that it was like an amazing game and it's like, oh, I'm so sad it died, but just kind of this limp sigh of a death.
Yeah,
They just
I
like,
mean,
we don't even feel like letting this stick around for multiple years or whatever. It's just kind of lame.
I paid a few dollars into it because I liked it and wanted some, because they like I don't know, I really like the creativity in a lot of the skins they put out. There were a lot of real deep
Yeah.
cuts, like High Republic references, like comic book references. I was like, oh, this like kind of silly looking game has all these like lore nerd things, and I liked the vibes. It was kind of whimsical, which gameplay wise was, nothing particularly exciting, but
Yeah,
I
there's
hope
like
we see those
free-to-play
characters again
elements.
somewhere. Like give the Utuni, the two Ewoks standing on each other. Like give me that in Shatterpoint or Unlimited or something, because I like some of those character
Yeah.
designs. And
That'd be a cool mini to have in
Yeah.
Shatterpoint or something. And it just like, again, not that it was an amazing game, but like I feel like it deserved to live a little longer than that and not just be like, we don't even feel like keeping these servers up or whatever. Just kind of dumb.
Yeah, I think it was their like mobile first approach, and also the release of Marvel Rivals, probably, because that's
Yeah.
when I really fell off that game, is when Rivals came out. And I'm like, oh, this is what these games are supposed to be like. Leo, what's your biggest dud?
Well, Hunters is a very good one. But I believe they were my biggest dud last year. So I'm gonna keep mine what I had, and mine was the Outlaws wildcard DLC. Just because an entire DLC that kind of brings front and center one of the least interesting parts of the game, which is, like you said, the Kessel Sabak, was just a real big downer for me. So there you go. You
Yeah,
kind of said everything I would have said. So there you go.
Not to mention, I don't like Lando's voice actor in the game, but I guess that's less of a.
Well, I mean, it is, though. I will say I think casting somebody, I mean, is better than some of these ones where, like, I mean, Billy D sounds kind of old.
Yeah, don't pick him.
Yeah, I mean, then putting old person voice in young person body is
somewhere
weird.
Between Troy Baker doing Indiana Jones level, like matching a character, and what we got with Lando and Outlaws. Somewhere in the middle is fine.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to like be a impersonator, but there was less of Lando in that performance than I liked.
What if they could have got Donald Glover? That would have been sick.
That would have been fine.
Yeah.
Evan, got any duds to drop?
I do, and I'm gonna get a lot of pushback on it.
Ready?
Because this is very much just my own perspective, and once I lay out the perspective,
no, we're gonna attack you for this.
I know you will. Leo will get will pick up what I'm putting down, even if he disagrees, which I'm sure he will. So it is the intro battle Hoth for Star Wars Unlimited.
I don't know. I could see that. Yeah.
And this was actually what I had written before I changed my mind at the last second. So, and I think for the same reason too. So,
thesis, please.
Thesis, please.
Okay, so first of all, when I was referencing Leo will know what I'm talking about. We've seen a ton of starter sets, intro sets from all various card games over the years, and For me, this one does not check the boxes for a playable experience that you can learn with and then take into the game proper.
Yeah, that's fair. You
Mhm.
anybody who shows up to you could take a spotlight deck to game night and be fine. If you take the intro deck to game night, you're going to be like, "Why are my cards bad?"
And since you mentioned the spotlights, for me, the year 1 2-player intro packs were A plus.
Yeah.
That's how you do an intro. So that's just me. I know you liked it and you made some great videos for it, and I think for a certain audience it works really well. I'm obviously not the audience.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's just the important thing to remember with this product is it's generally not going to be for us. You know, I buy one just because I'm a collector and want to have the unique cards in it. But I, you know, I'm probably never going to use any of the cards in it in like any actual premier decks. Yeah, post rotation, one or two might see a little bit of play, depending on what all we get here in a lawless time.
Yeah.
A
But-
Lucy Lawless time.
Yep,
And the only other thing,
I'd
and
buy that set.
do correct me if I'm mistaken on my timeline, but it seemed like Intro Battle Hoth came out very, very close to Star Wars Battle of Hoth.
Sure did. It came out.
Yeah,
It
It was like a week or two
Battle
apart.
of Hoth was not, Battle of Hoth was August. Intro Battle Hoth was October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they're not right on top of each other, but for
It's made my
someone
life
not paying
difficult as
attention.
someone
Yeah.
who plays and talks
Yeah.
about all of them.
Yeah. So,
Can I
and
say
that's not on the
one-
designers. That's on higher ups looking at the release
That's
schedule.
on George Lucas making an Irving Kershner and everyone who made the Battle of Hoth so memorable.
That's right.
I've got a petty thing that I hate about Intro Battle Hoth 2 is that when you go to the official database, it takes up so much space if you don't go and hide that set every time, because every card is a separate numbered copy. So you have to, there's so many copies of the Intro Battle Hoth cards in the database. It's really annoying and I hate it so much, and I have to go check the sets I want every time. It drives me crazy. I don't want it in there.
Hey,
I
well,
will.
try
Wow.
being a person who obsessively keeps different variants of things in their binders to where like I save like the same bases, common bases with all the different tokens. Like I have a copy of each one of those in my base or in my binders. So like for the what was it, Jump to Light Speed, where we had 4 different tokens, I've got 4 different copies of the common bases in my binder. I got to binder all those extra copies of cards that have because they've got different
You're
numbers.
bindering.
So they
the
are
Hoth?
different cards.
You're
Yes,
putting the
I'm-
Hoth in the. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Mine are.
Order the binder.
My Hoth stuff is all still in the box, and they're just sort of floating around in there because that game, I bought a copy for my 10-year-old nieces, so we'll find out if it's good for that type of person, and didn't get a chance to play it with them yet. We also brought it to the convention where we were running the sealed event, and there were people who hadn't played the game and wanted to play, and we were using that to teach them how to play on the fly. And it's good for some things, like it's not for leveling up. Once you grow out of it, you're not taking it with you. Okay, some consensus on the duds. Now we're going to an even more subjective we're going to just call this one a category. This is like hardly an award, but it is something that's worth talking about at the end of the year. This is the missed out on, in parentheses, personally, awards. This is basically a space for us to lament on what we could wish we had done more of this year, or what game we wanted to play but didn't. Evan, what regrets? What did you miss out on?
Boy, I've got a lot of regrets. Let me start at the beginning. Gotta balance my microphone between my hands and arms getting sore. Okay, I missed out on the Mandalorian Adventures expansion, and I've missed out on all of Mandalorian Adventures. I know it's really good, but I just haven't gotten to play it
We
at
got to
all.
play it at Gen Con.
I did not. You did. I watched.
That's
Oh, you didn't
like playing.
You didn't play also? Are you sure?
No, I got pulled away to do at the event that we went to. Right, is what you're talking about. The event in the train station.
No. We we
demo?
like sat at the demo tables. Yeah.
I did not.
I swear to God, you did.
I would swear that I did not. I was elsewhere. You were having
Everybody,
fun.
leave a comment.
All
Did
right.
Evan play it or not? Gonna
All
leave
right,
it up to a community
go back.
vote.
Someone go back. Let's replay
You're
the
shaping-
footage.
Yeah, find
we're-
the footage.
Joe,
Not
edit
only are the
edit in
community,
here footage from our Gen Con recap episode. Did Evan play that?
I'd
Was that
rather
the same Gen Con where the two guys were the camera footage of them stealing the magic cards? Is it going to be me walking to the table with Leo? Was that event? I think so.
I was gonna say I would rather, so our patrons can furnish Evan's house and the YouTube comments can write Evan's objective reality.
The Evan Show.
Whenever like we can't remember something or need to make a decision about like a decision he made or something he did, we can just ask YouTube.
I
And
see
then
no
at
way
the dinner
that
party,
can go
when someone
wrong.
goes, "What's up with that Jar Jar portrait?" You can be like, "Well, I picked that up when I was hiking in the Himalayas." You'd be like, "What?" And you can't say anything. Leo, what you missed out on?
So I put the Star Wars villainous. I guess I written down here. I put Cold Tactics just because it had come out this year, but really I've just missed out on Star Wars villainous. In total, I own the game. I want to play it. I
like
just have somehow never found time to get it on the table with anybody.
I hadn't played it since like it came out, and then this year I've gotten it on the table like 2 or 3 times, and it's a neat little game. Kurt, what did you miss out on?
So mine is similar to Evan's. I missed out on Mando Adventures expansion, but also just really haven't found time to really do the base game that much, other than the first mission. And it's like, okay, I want to get into it more and get into some of the missions where there's more stuff going on. I want to get to the expansion at some point. I know that adds a bunch of new stuff, but no time for those. And then I also kind of put the Mando deck building expansion on here too. Obviously, that kind of only just came out, so I haven't super missed it yet. But still, it's like, oh, there's all these Mandalorian themed things coming out, and I haven't really found time to actually try any of them, even though they seem cool. So,
Got to play them all before the movie next summer, spring, March.
yeah, sometime next year.
I think isn't it in May?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
That's
was
the
because
same
that
game.
was like the
Probably
thing where it was a big deal. Where it's all like, wow, Star Wars is actually going back to coming out in May instead of December.
My list of missed out on is actually way too long, but we've got Mandalorian Adventures expansion because I enjoyed the original game, haven't gotten through it, but I picked up the expansion, so I wish I had been able to play that because it's cool, and it's got Boba Fett and Bo-Katan. The deck building game expansion, so I'm on the same page with Kurt on that one. Just it's come out too recently, haven't been able to play it yet, and I'm sad about that. Jigsaw Duel that I mentioned earlier, because I'm like, I bet it takes like 10 minutes to play. Haven't played it.
That game
And then,
sounds like it's like a Saw themed game where like you and Jigsaw are fighting.
It's actually a thing the kids are playing now at Ace Hardware. You grab a jigsaw and then you just kind of fence with them.
Yeah.
And then super teams, which is something I'm like curious and excited about. I haven't picked it up because I expect I might just get it for Christmas. But if we haven't talked about this much on here, but super teams is, I think it's a Star Wars reskin of an existing game. But it's just kind of a quirky little kid like racing game, and it looks like the kind of game I want on my shelf, and the kind of game I want to make people play with me and make them question like why we could be playing something else. But I want to play it, and I didn't, but it's been out, so there. All right, next category, most improved. This tends to be games that have been out for a while and have been getting, ongoing releases, updates. So this could be, Legion, Shatterpoint, Star Wars Outlaws. I don't think it's going to be that one though. Things like that.
That hasn't even had like any new DLC announced or anything. Sorry to go.
You know what?
slightly-
Honestly, I'm going to take that back. Even though it was biggest dud for a couple of us, it did incredibly improve itself.
I will
since
say,
release.
okay,
It very well could be a good pick for this category.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna put it as mine, but
Honorable
you are
mention.
right. It has honorable mention. Star Wars Outlaws. Sure, there's been a ton of quality of life improvements to that game.
patches and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like every AAA game, you wait a year and it's a different game for the better, usually. Leo, what's your most improved pick?
I chose the Legion custom commanders, just because they're really cool, and I think
Yeah.
they're a huge improvement over the old like generic commander packs
Mhm.
that we got. I don't think they ever released generic commanders for.
No, they're not in the game anymore at all.
Well, no, I was gonna say I don't think they ever released generic commanders for Republic or Separatists. There we go.
Oh, yeah, they
there
did.
was generic
Did they?
super
There's
tactical.
a tactical droid.
Oh
and a
yeah,
field
yeah.
commander.
Okay,
Commander.
yeah, you're right. Sorry. I just don't play those factions ever, so I forgot. There we go. But yeah, anyways, these new custom packs are just, I think they're really neat. They got a bunch of cool accessories, and you can actually build a commander and an operative mini. Well, I guess technically you can just build two minis and then call either of them
I'm
whatever you want.
waiting to get to these because I'm going to be going through these with Bethany, and I'm going to make a whole thing of it so we can have a fun video. But she has a job and stuff and less free time than me, and so we haven't gotten to that yet. So add that to my big pile of missed out on. Pretty lame that I have to do anything other than interact with Star Wars games, guys.
They're very cool expansions, though. Like,
Well, that's what we
rules-wise,
get for
like,
using our money to buy Evan a house instead of
Yeah.
make sure you don't have to have a job.
Yeah, it's good.
My
technical.
most improved goes to Legion. Like you said, those custom commander expansions, but also just Legion in general. Obviously, the big kind of rules shift happened before this year, but now we've got all the starter sets. The new products are starting to really fill the shelves. I was seeing posts online from Asmodee and Atomic Mass Games, like they sold out of all the starters, and like we're saying, hey, you gonna thank you for buying these, but also sorry you can't buy them because they're sold out. We're working to get more on the shelves, which is really cool to hear that.
Yeah.
People are coming back to the game. Like Legion, it seems like it's it feels like, maybe it's just because I'm also getting back into the game right now, but it feels like right now is Legion's like big kind of rebirth with the release of all these new products, even though like the game itself isn't too much changed than it was a year ago.
I mean,
like,
we
mechanically
just wrapped up our first like regular league at our game store for Legion that we've had in 2 years at least, maybe 3 years. And they've been having some uh, fairly regular tournaments at our store again now. Like we even had an LVO qualifying event a few months ago. Um,
The league was like 14 people too, so not a tiny league.
Wow.
yeah.
For our
I
area.
think outside of maybe like the very first league we did way back when, I don't think we've had participation that good at our store uh, ever any other time. So yeah, I definitely agree. It does seem to be having sort of like a renaissance right now. Um, and
You know what I will
you know,
say
looking
about
at looking
Legion?
at all the stuff coming down the road in the roadmap, there's I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much coming. And I don't think I've said this on the air, but this will count towards most improved in Legion. That if we all remember when the Separatist and Republic factions came out, nobody liked assembling the battle droids. They were fiddly, hard. If famously, the battle droid heads were in two separate pieces. I started assembling the battle droids from the new starter set, and the construction and the way they are on the sprues and kind of the engineering of all that is so much improved that I was like, because I didn't mind the original battle droids. I know everyone else hated them a lot more than me, but I was like, oh, I get it now. Like this is so much better than those old ones. Like the head is one piece now, and like the way the connections are way less like I don't know. I was like, oh, just like reissuing the same thing with like different engineering has made a huge difference in the kind of the assembly experience. So
Yeah, I think there's a big improvement, like an intentional choice to make things a little more modular too than they had been for a while. Like especially heads are a lot easier to swap, and they come with like more head options. And obviously, like the custom commanders, you get so many customization options on the sprues. Like that all is like a big, good evolution. You know.
Evan, what's your most improved pick?
So, most improved for me is again extremely particular to me. It hit, the announcement for it hit at just the right time, and that is the rebalancing for Shatterpoint that
Hmm.
happened earlier this year. And it's extremely specific to me because the units that were targeted predominantly in the rebalance were all of the early releases, and that was all that I was using at that Adepticon. So getting that rebalance, because I've been playing Marvel Crisis Protocol, and that's seen lots of updates and rebalances. And I think this was the first really big one that they'd done for
Yeah,
Shatterpoint,
definitely.
and so it
Yeah.
made me very happy.
I'd forgotten about that because I went all out and I printed the cards on nice cardstock and gave them to because I ran a Shatterpoint league with 4 people over the summer, um, and that was like I gave those to all the people, and yeah, that was a big deal, and those were all really good changes. I don't think I remember anybody saying any of that was a bad move. All right, Kurt, what you got? Most improved.
For me, I would say the most improved was Star Wars.
Oh,
Un- Star Wars
Star
Unlimited.
Wars.
I
Uh,
was expecting a Legion. I thought we were going to get an AMG sweep of this category.
no, I decided Unlimited. As much as I think all the new stuff for Legion is cool. I mean, like I was just chiming in on. I think overall it's Unlimited for me. Like there's been cool sets this year. In particular, Jump to Lightspeed was so cool for me. I like the ships. I like the pilots. I had so much fun playing it and getting prestige cards, the carbonites and
Mhm.
stuff. All that was like a big improvement to me. And the other two sets have also been as cool, not on the same level, but still good. So overall, like all that new stuff takes it to the top for me.
That was a huge set, even just at the base card level. Not base cards, but then talking about the
Yeah.
non-carbonites and all that. Just such good cards.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this brings us not the end of our program tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but the end of the awards ceremony. We have come to the ever coveted JodoCast Game of the Year 2025. And this category is a little different than the other categories. We still all have our own pick for this, but at the end, we must come to a consensus for the overall JodoCast Game of the Year 2025 winner. So, my pick for Game of the Year 2025 is Battle of Hoth. A lot of different games came out this year. A lot of Shatterpoint, a lot of Legion, but Battle of Hoth really, I probably have less hours in that game than some of these, or I definitely do have less hours in it than Unlimited or Shatterpoint or anything like that. Which, as a reminder to the audience, the Game of the Year category is not restricted to games that came out this year. It is restricted to games that came out, I think, after 1977. Anything before that, probably not qualified as a Star Wars game. So yeah, definitely, it's not like the most played game this year, but it is the game that like really blew me away the most. Like, obviously, I love Shatterpoint and Unlimited, but I was like expecting to continue loving those games, and this game just kind of came out of nowhere and really is just a lot of fun. It's a really great product, so I wanted to recognize that. All right, Leo, what is your pick for Game of the Year? This could be interesting. You know what? Hold on. Oh, there you go.
It's a
Oh,
Star
there
Wars
it is.
customizable card game.
All right.
Surprise,
Oh,
everybody!
Hey.
The game from 1995 is still the best Star Wars game ever.
You
Yeah.
you haven't played Ewok Paw Pals. Kurt and I played that.
Okay, fair. I haven't played that one, so I
And
guess
what about
maybe
the
One day it could.
what was it Bounty Hunters that we played at the kitchen table at the Airbnb, Joe?
Yes, that game did not come out this year, but it is a solid little game.
I mean, but it's still in contention for Game of the Year.
Yes.
Okay, so I think Leo needs to put that on his docket if he has not played that yet.
Might be a good one to play with your family. It's a good family game, I think. Cool art. Okay, Kurt, what is your pick for
So-
JodoCast Game of the Year?
I kind of thought about doing Unlimited again for the second year in a row. I thought that's for sure the game I've played the most this year. So it's like the one that's given me the most total enjoyment. Like I said, I like to jump to light speed so much. But I decided to put Battle of Hoth for the same reasons that
Ooh.
Joe said. It impressed me so much and earned a lot of goodwill to me for me, and I think I want to like reward something. Not that this is that big of a reward, obviously, but I feel like it deserves to win for like I like that we can have some Star Wars games that are like faster and kind of self-contained experiences that aren't as much as I like Unlimited and Legion and stuff. They're like big and there's like always more expansions. It's like all this content for them. It's like nice to have this little thing that's like, yeah, it's this really fun game.
don't worry, there'll be more expansions for this one.
I hope so.
Battle
I hope
of
so.
Hoth 2, Return to Hoth. Use your
Yeah.
Imperial Assault expansion.
I feel like we're gonna see an Endor next. That's just a gut reaction.
We're not to that part of the
Although-
episode yet. We're not there yet.
Okay.
We got predictions coming up.
All right, Evan, what is your pick for Game of the Year?
Well, as you can tell by highlighting the document, I don't have one.
A null value.
That's a burn.
That's
an
not the Old
insult to so
Republic?
many games.
Well, I mean, you know what? The Old Republic, to their credit,
KOTOR 1?
they are still going. And of
Yeah.
course, we knew that Leo was going to say the CCG.
I thought maybe Unlimited would top it now.
No, it's not simulationist enough.
I mean,
for him.
Star Wars Unlimited is a good game. Yes, it's just it's just
I'll
not
give it that.
as good as the Decipher CCG. I mean, sorry.
Hey, and as Kurt said, it's very, very easy to put Unlimited here. If personally speaking, it did not hit that same sort of tipping point for me personally that Destiny did, where after that first year of Destiny, it was, for me, I was just like, I'm done, thanks. Unlimited has kept me coming back in spite of where I was, the local people where I was living were not great and made me not want to play in organized
That's why we
play.
put you in that storage unit and hauled you across state lines.
Exactly.
Get you away from those guys.
And you know what? I left it blank so that you could talk me into a decision. And the fact that both Joe and Kurt say Battle of Hoth, and we've heard from other people outside of this immediate circle that this game is deep enough that we can, it has replayability. It's not something you play once and then never see again. You're going to play it multiple times.
I want to go play it right now, actually.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think since for the final winner, we do all have to agree. I am also willing to let the Star Wars CCG from Decipher be our first runner-up and declare Battle of Hoth the actual game of the year.
Now, Leo,
all right,
really
any objections in the Academy?
I just want to know really quick, Leo, if we turned this on its head and said, you know what, Star Wars CCG, you've earned it for all these years, being Leo's number one, who would we even give the award to?
I'll accept it for him.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. You may continue, Joe.
All right, the Jodo Cast Game of the Year. Unless speak now or forever hold your pieces, because board games. Is Star Wars Battle of Hoth by Days of Wonder. Joins the ranks of Unlimited, Shatterpoint, Legion. Can't remember. There have been others, but those are the ones that actually I made physical trophies for. So I'll have to see if I can make some kind of trophy for this one and give it to somebody. Okay, that is the Game Awards, and now we go into our what's the opposite of a retrospective?
Post-mortem?
Prophecy.
Yeah, the prophecies.
You're laughing at last year's prophecies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're doing a retrospective of last year's prophecies.
A retrospective of
the retro prophecy?
Prophecies. Okay, so last year we're gonna look at what we predicted last year. Evan, you don't have any here because you were not with us, but you have since been resuscitated. We dug him up. And
somehow Evan has returned. Hanging from the ceiling, like
hanging from a mic stand. My predictions at the end of 2024 was that Unlimited will keep blowing up and being exciting. Shatterpoint Legion will keep popping out fun stuff. We'll get some looks at other video games in production. I think all of those things happened. And my resolution was actually get that Rebellion video out. Did it.
Nice.
Settle in more and get back into the swing of video production / editing. Sort of. I've definitely put out more videos this year than the previous year. So still, I'd say I did those things and was correct in my predictions. I am a prophet. Leo.
My predictions were that I would go broke buying carbonite boosters. Surprisingly, I only went half broke.
All right, all right.
It was a combination of getting a promotion at work and actually showing the tiniest bit of self-control. I mean, not much, but there was a bit there that was like like Jiminy Cricket was on my shoulder reminding me that I do have to actually feed my children. So I guess.
Who would the Jiminy Cricket have started? Would it be Babu Frick?
Yeah,
Very small
yeah.
enough to fit on your shoulder.
Some kind of force ghost.
I would not mind a Babu Frick on my shoulder.
Just wait.
So yeah,
Have those at
so-
Disney World in no time.
So yeah, my prediction was like half true.
Hmm.
I did because like I spent a ton on jump to light speed boosters, carbonite boxes, scaled it back a little bit for legends, but I dialed it back up somewhat for secrets here. So and let's see, my resolutions were to get back to playing Legion again. I have somewhat done that. I played in a league and stuff here. I haven't done a ton, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm just happy doing more casual league play type things or just one-off games rather than ever getting into like playing tournaments. Like we've got a tournament happening this weekend, I think or is it next weekend? Doesn't matter. See, that's how much I'm paying attention to it. I can't even remember when our store's having this big tournament, because I just spending all day long playing Legion just isn't quite as exciting of a proposition as it used to be for me. It is what it is. I also said I should get back into painting. I mean, I did paint some stuff for my Legion, for my army, for the league, but I've been doing a little bit with my Battle of the Hoth, but I just haven't really managed to get back into it. And my final resolution was that I wanted to keep running unlimited leagues, and that I have done. And while we're on the topic, we did actually add today, as of recording, we opened up registration for the Secrets of Power season of our webcam leagues on the Discord server. And that's going to be gameplay is going to be starting January 12th, and it's going to run on through March 8th, I believe. And then everyone who participates plays at least 5 matches over those 8 weeks. We've got some custom spy tokens that I'm getting put together that will be given out to folks. So yeah, if the SWU League interests you, or like playing over webcam with other folks here on our Discord sounds interesting to you, pop on the Discord, find the league channel, and hey, just let folks know that you want to get involved.
Yeah, it's been really great. Everybody loves it.
Can we
Been
give
one
an
of the more
award
successful
to
endeavors we've
our
done lately.
webcam league? Like, I want to give an award to us for running
Yeah.
great leagues.
Honestly, and it should be noted, we've had a lot more people joining the Discord to
Only
play
s-
the webcam league.
Only some of
And-
them bots.
Well, yes, that's true. But I don't know that it was put out earlier, and I don't know that you put it out very frequently, but our Discord is free. A lot of other places make you become a patron to access the Discord, but
We do
ours
have a
is free.
one patron exclusive channel.
Yes,
Um,
but that's it.
yeah.
And they help. How is there a bug in my brand new house and it's freezing outside?
That might have been his house.
It might have been. Anyways, you know what? Carry on. I got distracted. It's free.
Shout out to Evan's bug roommate,
Yep, my bug.
Buddy Bug.
Last name Spray.
Kurt, what were you thinking last year, and how silly were you?
By the way, Joe talking about bots on the Discord made me realize another good option for the biggest dud would have been the AI Darth Vader in Fortnite, because that was so dumb and embarrassing and bad. We don't need to go on a tangent about that, but that would have been a good one if I had thought of that.
Yeah, I can back that. I can say it's only 99% awful. I give it 1% because technically
A little
James
funny.
Earl Jones consented, and consent is something AI programs tend not to care about. So
Okay, my predictions from last year. I said lots of crazy cool stuff for Unlimited, which I think was pretty true. Yeah, there's cool stuff. Surprise expansion announced for Outer Rim with The Mandalorian / New Republic content. We did not get that. I hope we still do at some point. Another Outer Rim expansion would rock.
I think we might get one, but I don't think it'll be like
Like a mini expansion, not a big box.
I feel like they would
Like
go
a card
Mandalorian
pack?
because that's all the products they've been doing and that's what's selling. But at the same time, that doesn't fit the timeline of the game. The game is in a very specific, the Dark Times timeline. It would make more sense to have Jedi Survivor or Bad Batch characters.
Outlaws.
Yeah.
Bad Batch would be cool. Bad
I mean,
Batch,
Outlaws would be perfect because that Outlaws is basically the video game version of that game.
Yeah. My other prediction was new Star Wars RPG announced, but it's a D&D 5e adaptation. And luckily I was wrong on that prediction.
That was a
It
safe
would've
bet,
made me
though.
mad.
That's a very safe bet to make.
There's been a lot of those for a lot of different franchises. Yeah, thankfully that one did not come to pass. For resolutions, I just had paint more, edit more. And I don't know that I succeeded at either. I continued at about the same rate, I think. For both of them, I had spurts where I was like, okay, I'm getting into it. And then I had, slumps too. So kind of evened out. But I will say, painting, at least, I feel like I've been focusing more on like quality of painting and like improving certain skills. And so even though I'm not painting more, I feel like I'm doing a higher standard, which has been good. So,
Maybe we need to revisit the idea we had of like a painting league, something that just kind of encourages community participation and sharing stuff.
Yeah, I
we
think
do
that
have a
could
lot
be-
of painters.
And there's got to be a way to do it. I think I've found in the past, not to go super off on a tangent, but I found a lot of the online things that try to incentivize you to paint, like the daily streaks and all these different things, they get stressful for me like immediately. Like it's too much pressure. But there's got to be a way to encourage you and incentivize you, but still like keep it fun and not like high pressure. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
Well,
it'd
think
be
about it.
fun.
If you got ideas, tell them to us on Discord or tell us in the comments wherever you're listening. If you're listening on like a podcast feed, good luck finding comments that we'll see. But you can tell us on YouTube too, or Discord, or Blue Sky, or you can send your feedback written on the back of carbonite boosters and mail them to us. All right, now we're getting into this. We're up to the current date, and now we are being prophetic once again with predictions and resolutions for 2026, which will surely just be a great year.
Can't believe it's almost 2026. It's insane.
Well, my prediction for 2026 is that Star Wars ZCOM, what genre is that? People just call it like an XCOM tactical game. That game's going to come out and it's going to be super fun. That's hopefully it comes out next year. And my other prediction is that Edge Studios is going to announce a new RPG product. Just kidding.
I mean,
That's
they
silly.
probably will. It just won't be Star Wars, and then everyone will say, "What about Star Wars?" And they'll say, "It's in development."
How long has it been now? Has it been like 6 years? Feels like it's been a very long time since we've had any.
2018,
Yeah,
maybe.
because I mean, it was like just before COVID when the product shuffle happened, wasn't it?
Oh, you're
I feel
right.
like,
The product
yeah,
shuffle did happen in like 19.
I think so.
100.
Yes.
The old product shuffle of 1900. Uh, yeah, it's continually disappointing how there are no Star Wars RPG products, even if that's not
I
something
would
I manage to play frequently.
I would
It's
probably be putting that as like my game of the year, just by virtue of it being an RPG product.
also it's just like such a foundational part of like Star Wars history. Like video games are like okay, that was like sort of a thing with Shadows of the Empire, but like Star Wars maybe only exists like it does today because of the RPGs from West End Games,
Yep.
keeping fans interested. Anyway, my resolution is to keep painting and putting up videos more and more regularly. So, which I guess means by this time next year, I'll be doing like one video every minute if I keep increasing more and more. Um, and then get at least monthly games of Legion in because I'm trying to get back into Legion. It's currently a little hard for me because I live like an hour away from the place where people play Legion and they play on weekdays. But I do manage to get there like semi regularly. But I also like playing Shatterpoint and Unlimited, so I just got to figure it out. I'm hoping I can maybe get at least one game of Legion in a month, or maybe if there's like tournaments on weekends. But I'm with you, Leo. I'm not as enthused about doing a full day of tournaments for Legion anymore. But if that's the only way I get games in, that might be it. Kurt.
My predictions for 2026. There's going to be a new Shatterpoint Duel expansion announced that will be based on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. It's going to be a helmetless Din Djarin versus a shirtless Thrawn with a dark side Darth Grogu sitting on a throne watching them battle for his amusement. That's going to be a scene out of the movie, and they're going to announce a tie-in to that movie. So that's going to happen this year for sure.
Nice.
That's sure to be a May the 5th announcement.
I think so. It's gonna be
May
like
the
a
5th,
big
May the
marketing
4th.
push type thing. Yeah.
Good gracious.
A little more serious one. I predict
Wait.
they will.
You were joking?
I predict they will announce a Battle of Endor expansion spin-off standalone thing, whatever we want to call it. Like we were saying earlier, Battle of Hoth, but converted to Endor. I think we'll get that announced by the end of 2026 because I think it feels like a pretty easy game to expand in that way. Like it shouldn't have a super long development time compared to a lot of games. So I think we'll get that announced. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think that'll be announced. I think it's either going to be Endor or Geonosis.
Oh, I think
Those are
Jakku would be cool too. But yeah, I would definitely see that. Battle of Exegol, and it all takes place on the surface of a star destroyer.
Yeah, and you got little horsies.
My resolutions for 2026. Number one, upgrade my computer so I can play Star Wars video games.
Hope you don't need to add any new RAM.
I hypothetically just need a processor and motherboard, but I just keep putting off and putting off actually figuring out what to buy. So I'm sure it's going to be
RAM is RAM sticks are the new thing that AI has ruined because all the data centers are buying all that shit up. So the prices have skyrocketed like just crazy.
Don't worry, the bubble will burst and we'll all be too poor to afford anything, but the prices in RAM will come down.
Yay!
I'm sure it's
I'll
gonna.
be sitting in my like homeless shelter, like, and I'll be like, you know what? Good, it's all gone at
You
least.
can join me in the storage unit. There's plenty of room. We've already paid for it.
Evan needs people to huddle with him for warmth.
Yeah, the cats aren't doing it.
I'm sure once I finally do get around to upgrading, it's going to be annoying, but then I'll be happy I've done it. I am legitimately afraid that I'm gonna like go through the process and then find like, okay, it still sucks because yeah, now my RAM is the part that's too old. Like it feels like it's gonna happen, but
Is there like I guess I don't upgrading is obviously different than like building from scratch, but like
because
just
most of my
getting like
parts
a
should be good.
PS5.
Most of my parts should be good because I have been upgrading other parts. Like my graphics card is
Okay.
pretty good. I feel like it's just my.
Is it cheaper than just getting a console? Because like there's plenty of even retro Star Wars games available on those.
Joe, he can't edit videos on his console.
He's not having trouble editing videos. He's having trouble playing games like Outlaws.
It will help though, honestly.
Yeah.
I clicked back to the conference call so I could see Leo's visceral reaction to that comment.
Uh-huh.
Which comment?
I mean, I feel like I need to upgrade my computer now too. Premiere's getting a little sluggish, which is scary because right nowadays my computer's just for video editing. It does run Helldivers 2 perfectly, which is surprising to me,
but yeah, I'm hoping once I finally just get around to it and bite the bullet, I'll be able to actually play Star Wars Outlaws and actually kind of put it through its paces. I'll be able to play Jedi Survivor and like have it look at least as good as it would look on a Switch. A Switch One. So it'll be nice to play some Star Wars games. I mean, my current computer runs KOTOR 2. It does that, but it'd be nice to play the modern games and have the intended experience where there isn't a pop-up that says, "Hey, you don't meet the minimum system requirements. You shouldn't be playing this," and like call the cops.
How dare you play this?
My other resolution here.
when that's like just do a cost analysis with a PlayStation because it's
I can't stand consoles. Like I try and I can never. I don't want to sit on the couch. I don't want to play on the TV. I want to play a
you
PC.
can hook it up to I have an Xbox right in front of me that I sit here and play.
It's gonna be out of date. I can upgrade my computer forever, one piece at a time. I don't know what any of the pieces are, so I have to look it up. I have to figure.
Yeah, like I built this computer in 2018, and now I'm like,
sit at your Xbox and browse on the internet. Also, can you record our podcasts on your Xbox?
I have two screens, and the Xbox is on one, and I can do all my computer stuff on the other one.
Oh, okay. So you do need the computer.
I wasn't saying he shouldn't have a computer. I'm just saying his computer doesn't need to be the game space if he doesn't want it to be.
Joe, I thought for sure you were going to say,
why would you? He already got the computer. So what's wrong with spending the money to upgrade the computer instead of just getting a second extraneous piece of equipment?
Well, though, the problem is if it costs $2,000 to get his computer where he wants versus like $600 for a console. That's the difference.
Conversation's quickly becoming a confrontation.
Yeah, well, also, if he spends $2,000 on his computer, that's going to be $2,000 that he's going to be able to keep using for quite a long time. Whereas if he spends, $500 on a PlayStation 5 or whatever, well, we're looking at maybe only a year or two out from PS6 being the new thing.
I think this is when the producer says, "We're going to ad break. Wrap it up. We're going to ad break."
We need like the sticks with the hook on them to pull us off the stage, like in old times.
Let me get to my last.
I just want Kurt to play Star Wars Outlaws at a better than Switch graphics. That's all I want because I know he'd like that game.
Get a Switch.
I don't think he would.
I think Kurt would like Outlaws. I think he would like it less than me, but more than you. We'll never know.
We're sorry that mommy and daddy are fighting in front of you, Kurt.
It's gonna happen.
The drunk uncle is over here just like, yeah, that's right.
I've resolved to do it, so it's gonna happen. And it's probably gonna happen in January, because if I put it off anyway, I need to get around to it. Anyways, my other resolution, this kind of goes back to my resolution from last year. Like I talked about, like, I'm never painting enough and stuff. So this year, instead of painting more, my resolution is to find some kind of Zen hobby balance where I paint the right amount and I feel good about it, but I'm not stressed that it's not enough. This kind of applies to all the hobbies. This is where my mind's been at lately. That's like, what's the right balance of this game and this game? It's like I go through these phases where I'm into the game and then I drop off. I get like burnt out on it. So like I want to play the exact right amount of every game, and I want to do the exact right amount of painting and the exact right amount of editing where it's all like perfect and I feel content and it's not too much or too little. It's like exactly perfectly balanced. I want to bring balance to the force of hobbies. So that's
need some little like health bars for each of these that are, you don't want to like exceed the maximum value.
It
I
sounds
need
like that puzzle where
external
you need to
objective thing.
move the pieces between the three
Yeah, it's a
jars.
Tower of Hanoi thing.
Or I was thinking it was more like sort of like Sims, where they've got the different bars for their different
Oh.
needs that
Yeah.
keep going down, and then you have to do stuff to
And there's the P
bring them
bar.
back up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I need some way. I need to be able to see those bars instead of just having no idea. You know,
You could take a month as like a trial period and link your hobby time with me, and I will text you with it because I'm also painting, playing the same games as you, and editing videos. And I'll text you whenever I'm doing those things, and you got to stop whatever you're doing, do that for the same amount of time until I'm done. I'll tell you, okay, I'm done, and you finish. And after a month, you see how that felt, if that was the right balance for you, and then you can adjust.
I'll say, in my experience, Joe does all of his activities at nonsense times, which means I never get to do any of them with him. So
What are nonsense times?
the times you do your stuff at.
Like right now?
Actually, I shouldn't say necessarily nonsense times. More like you clearly don't have children times.
Okay, that's fair.
but yeah, I
Something
think
at, like, 7.
a lot of it's like, okay, knowing myself, that's like, okay, I liked doing Legion League. It was like the right amount of games, but it's like I know I don't want to do a tournament. You know what I mean? I want to paint regularly, but if I paint every night, I start getting stressed out. That's like, oh, I have to. It's time to paint. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to find some balance where I have fun and I don't get stressed that I'm not having enough fun. I don't know.
But do what I try to do and usually fail at, but sometimes don't, is go, okay, well, Monday night is. I often paint more frequently than once a week, but I go, okay, well, Monday night I paint. I do my best, unless I'm like dead or whatever. I'm gonna just sit down and paint, even if it's for like 15 minutes, and often that turns into more than that. And I go, okay, well, Tuesday night is for like if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna try and get some editing done or whatever. And then sometimes you just need that, like, this time is blocked off for that, even if I only do it for 15 minutes.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it is my resolution. I'm going to do it. So yeah, that's.
And you
that's
said
all
it.
me for
Now we're gonna
2026.
hold you to it. And this time next year, you better not have let us down. It's for the fans. Leo, what are your predictions, resolutions, and there's a blank third bullet in the document, so you can fill in whatever you want for that.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Whatever. Okay, so my prediction is that we might see sequel factions for Legion. They've already been announced for Shatterpoint, so that makes me somewhat hopeful that maybe this coming year we will get the same announcement for Legion. I would really like that.
That would be pretty cool.
And like you, Joe, I also do think that Edge Studios is going to be producing a new RPG product. It will not be Star Wars. In fact, instead, they are going to do one based on Decipher's Wars TCG.
I don't even know what that is.
It was after they lost the Star Wars license, they kept making the same game with their own original IP.
Like knockoff
called,
Star
and it was
Wars.
just called Wars instead of Star Wars.
Huh.
Um,
I feel like you could have a pretty successful IP called Adjective Wars, where everything is like, oh, medieval wars, and it's just clearly like Obi-Wan,
that's
but as a knight.
literally every mobile game.
True. But like you write it as close to the copyright as you can without crossing it. You're like, okay, here's like a Wolfman, that's Chewbacca.
The other prediction I have, that's an actual real prediction, is that this new digital CCG that was announced I don't think it's going to come out next year, but we might see some kind of beta or early access of it, and it's going to be awful. It's going to be micro transaction filled, probably kind of boring card game, and I will be sad.
And they'll make a ton of money off of it because a bunch of people will buy it.
I mean, Galaxy of Heroes is like EA's most profitable
Plugging
Star
away.
Wars game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk more about the new digital CCG that was announced at another time, but that sounds like a solid prediction.
Yeah. And my resolution for the year is I want to get faster and better at drawing the tokens that we give out with our SWU leagues. I tried to even get a head start on the one for this league, but alas, we're now in registration phase for this league, and I've only gotten to the point where I have line work done, but no coloring or painting or anything. So.
Well, I
Evan.
think the work you've done already on the previous ones is phenomenal. So I don't know about the better part. It's already
Oh,
great.
thanks.
I mean, those tokens, I gave some out at the tournament I ran. I mean, it got people to drive an hour to play in a tournament just because they wanted to, get their hands on some of those. Apparently, they don't want to like do that enough to like play in the webcam league, but. Evan, what are your predictions and resolutions for 2026?
Well, specific to Star Wars games, I predict that Unlimited will continue its growth. We'll continue to see lots of good new ideas coming out where it's not just going to be retreads. It's not going to actually take a nosedive in any way. But in spite of it continuing to do really, really well, we're going to continue to hear from fans that it's dead, whether it's just because of local shops not wanting to post on Melee or whatever other excuses I've seen circulating and hearing about locally. I mean, we actually had some people come in to the shop that I frequented when Secrets came out, and they told the people working behind the counter, no one wants this set, give us a discount on the Carbonites. It's like, what are these people crazy? And then I see stuff on Reddit all the time about like, I heard it's going to be discontinued, and like, where did you hear that? Like, that's not true.
What it's worth, I've never heard any of these things.
I'm glad for you. I do. And
I mean,
it makes me mad.
Honestly, I mean, for Legion's entire existence, but it's been like at least a decade now.
Legion's been like
2018.
7 or 8 years.
Is it only no?
Legion came out in 2018.
It came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that when we said stuff moved to Atomic Mass?
I think we said that was
2019
2019 or
That's
2020.
Uh,
I think it came out at the start of 2018. I don't know. It might have been
it came
2017.
out around Gen Con time. 'cause
God, it feels like it's been.
I got the Legion
longer
box for
than
my
that.
birthday in September. And Leo was doing demos all through spring and summer, I think.
Well, either way, that's still almost a decade.
Yeah, it's
Not
close.
quite. It's a little short of a decade. But
But your
I think
point,
I've been hearing since for almost that entire time. There's always been, a post on Facebook groups or on Reddit where they said, "Oh man, the game's dead. It's going to be discontinued." Yada yada. So yeah, that's just sort of 2020. By the way, is when the move happened. So
probably
Okay.
early 2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyways,
Yeah.
but yes, I
Anyways,
mean, and that is a thing that because it's a licensed property being made by, a licensee,
yeah,
licensor, no, not licensor, licensee,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um,
Lucasfilm would be the licensor.
yes. But
Um,
yeah, I mean,
the,
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say though, I will say there are a couple things to be concerned about with Unlimited. Um, it's I don't think it's quite as drastic as some people make it out to be, but um, there are some stuff like just resale value on some of these boxes and stuff. You know, sometimes stores are having a little bit of trouble moving some of that product just because of the ROI on uh carbonite boxes frankly just isn't there.
Mhm.
But we do have actually it's going to be tomorrow. Fantasy Flight, or it's going to have a live stream talking about some kind of changes to boosters. Depending on what's said on that, that could be possibly a big positive change. Um, uh, or it could just be a dud, depending on what the
That'll
changes
be
end up being.
It's tough because
also.
probably a lot of people are always going to compare it to Magic, right? And be like, well, it's not as popular as Magic, so it's a dead game, even though it has its own relatively little audience. It can keep on trucking with that and maybe keep growing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it absolutely will keep growing, and it's a whole nother topic for another time. But for whatever reason, some people don't like Melee.gg. It seems fine, I guess.
What are the odds we
Also,
get a Star Wars expansion for Magic? Like they just go completely crazy on the
I would
Rise
say
World.
0, until Unlimited
yeah,
it gets canceled. If Unlimited were to get canceled, I would say the odds of Star Wars Universes Beyond expansion for Magic uh suddenly becomes extremely high.
yes, agreed.
I'd be so mad because then I'd
Disney
have to
does like a
buy
rug
Magic.
pull.
Oh no.
They like
I
cancel the
also,
contract. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, I also predict. Well, I want more sequel models for Legion, and I know they were already announced for Shatterpoint, but uh, give me more, and the modelers can stop at Black Spire Outpost because that is just after Last Jedi, and that's peak. So we'll just keep it right there. No need to go on further.
What if we got like a Galaxy's Edge set for
Terrain?
Shatterpoint? You got like the
I
whole
want it.
Galaxy's Edge, and you could put it on your table.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Give me
That might be a little bigger than a 3x3 in Shatterpoint scale, but uh, just the whole like Batu theme for terrain would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Evan, what's your resolution for the coming year?
My resolution is to get started with New Legion. I have not tried the new rules at all. I've read through them, and like everybody else, when they read them and didn't play them yet, kind of go, I'm not sure about this, but between the three of you, you'll be able to get me through it and get me playing again. I have not purchased any of the new stuff either. I've got enough, and I've got lots of other miniatures as well. I want to get more games in during Web League. I managed to get a few in over the last couple, like right into the end of the last league, and they're always very, very fun. I don't think we've had, well, I haven't run into any horrible people to play with. I think we only have good people. And more Shatterpoint, because you really got me on board with that at Adepticon, Joe. So,
Yay!
yes, more of that, please. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do this year.
All right, before we all ride off into the sunset of 2025, we're going to visit our patrons over in Patron Town, where we keep them and we don't let them leave. So a couple of our patrons gave us we asked them for your year highlights, your next year predictions, resolutions, etc. I don't know why we don't have our own highlights, but we asked them for their highlights. Kurt, read us what Cody Man said.
Star Wars gaming highlight. Could I have gone an entire year without Star Wars gaming? I might have. I think the closest I came to gaming was finding a used version of the old West End Games Star Wars Minis rulebook and briefly thinking I should buy that and see if it can be played still with modern minis, and then not going through with it. Y'all should give it a try. It's like $25 used. I'm not actually familiar with that one.
Well,
It's like pre Wizards of the Coast minis game.
good news, Cody, man. I actually own 2 copies of the minis rulebook for West End Games. I don't know why I have 2 copies, but I do.
I've got the Ewoks expansion here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I bought like 2 years ago for Ewoktober content that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
They look
I've got
tiny.
I've
Metal?
got some
Yeah, they're
some
pewter.
companion source book for it also, besides the main rule book. But yeah, I haven't done much more than flip through it. I've thought about doing some kind of video content with it.
It must be grid based, huh?
I don't know. It's not.
Really?
I don't think so.
I mean, based on these minis, they're like, oval bases and very tiny. I just assumed like
No.
it wouldn't be like
I don't think
measurable.
so. If I remember right, it's not. From what I remember with the rules, it was like
Huh.
you move in inches and shit like that, sort of like Warhammer. I'd have to. It's been a couple years since I've even looked at the rule book, though, so don't take my word as
Definitely
gospel.
would
But
be
I'm pretty sure it's not grid based.
interesting to try playing it with Shatterpoint or Legion minis.
It would be cool to do some content on, because it's like I think kind of a not very well known game and a part of Star Wars history, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who, even if they're aware of the West End role playing game, don't know about that mini game.
Yeah.
Cody Man had a little bit left to say. Why don't you finish?
Yeah. Prediction that Star Wars XCOM game will finally come out. Hopefully.
Okay.
And resolution, I will play that Star Wars XCOM game.
All right.
Seems like a good one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we see something at the Game Awards about the XCOM game.
Oh yeah.
That's I think tomorrow, Thursday. That's on Thursday.
Yep, that's this weekend, or this week.
Leo, tell us what the Beard had to say.
All right, the Beard's highlights for this year were that Shatterpoint and Unlimited continue to be great games. He managed to get top 8 at a couple of Unlimited planetary qualifiers, and he had never done that well at a card game before. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The Republic faction for Shatterpoint got a lot of fun new boxes and errata this year. And there was a small Minnesota Shatterpoint tournament that he got 4th place in. But his highlight was his strike team getting awarded Best Painted at that event. Yeah, he frequently posts his minis in our Discord. They always look really awesome. So good work, the beard. And going to Adepticon with Joe and Evan was a blast. Was his final highlight. Um, and predictions, he says that rotation is going to be great for Star Wars Unlimited, but also that the Eternal format is going to get some decent play. I also think rotation is going to be very good for the game. I'm looking forward to um, how everything is going to shake out once we hit that point in March when we rotate out with Spark, Twilight, and Shadows. Let's see. What else is he? His resolution is to get in more games of Twin Suns for Unlimited and generally just keep playing games with people. It was harder this year for various reasons. I also would like to get in more games of Twin Suns this year.
Yeah.
I'll make
Me
that
too.
happen.
Yeah, me too. I want to play. It's fun. All right, and finally, our last captive in Patron Town, Andy. Andy says, highlights. Finally playing the Star Wars deck builder while on vacation in the Dominican. That's sometimes it's a good vacation game. I played it when I took a Grand Canyon vacation. It's small. You don't have to. Okay. Continuing highlights, he said beating the beard, previously mentioned patron, twice in unlimited PQs, colon lowercase p. Going to Vegas for this Unlimited Galactic Championships and playing Unlimited for 3 days with cool people.
Yeah, hey,
Prediction.
we ran into Andy at Galactics. Even did some sealed. We bought a booster box and did some sealed games with him.
Yeah, we did a lot of Twin Suns with him at Galactics too. At least I did. I think you were doing other stuff. Andy's predictions are Unlimited rotation will really shake up Premiere and be great for the game. Galactics will again be awesome, and they will get the prize and side event lines figured out. I really hope.
Fingers
Resolution:
crossed.
play more. Period. Plan to travel for a few Unlimited events, so work to make that a reality. Well, should travel to my event that I'll probably be holding again next November. This is a big hit. That might be one of my highlights of the year was Adepticon and then just being surprised at how well the Unlimited event I ran in Tiny Town turned out. I think we had 16 players and I was expecting like 5. But
Thanks.
that is it for 2025. None of us are allowed to express Star Wars gaming thoughts, opinions, or news until 2026. Otherwise, like, what's the point of wrapping the year up right now? So yeah, so let us know what your highlights of the year was, what your predictions or resolutions, Star Wars gaming wise, are for 2026. You can let us know on Blue Sky or YouTube comments on this or on Discord. Discord is probably the coolest way to do that. YouTube comments are the ways that, feeds the algorithm and helps us. But Discord is the way that like we, build our community because I think our Discord community is the best place on the internet and where I spend most of my time because everybody's chill except for random bots who try and spam us sometimes. Any final thoughts for the folks at home and the audience?
Be excellent to each other. I don't know why, but it's a universal truth.
Yeah. And hopefully next time we meet, I'll have played maybe Super Teams or the deck building expansion or something.
I thought you were
Evan,
going to
your
say next
homework
time
is to
I'll have a
play-
chair.
Your homework, Evan, is to play Hoth.
Oh, excellent.
And
Well, you
report
got
back.
all year to do your resolutions. You don't have to do them right away. You can put them off a bit.
Thank goodness.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. This was the Jodo Cast, and we'll be back next year or whenever, wherever. That's kind of what we do here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with us. Go play the CCG and Battle of Hoth.